Faith is one of the most powerful forces known to humankind. It gives people comfort when life feels uncertain and hope when everything else seems lost. Yet, like any powerful thing, it can be dangerous when misused. What happens when faith is no longer guided by truth, when belief turns into blind devotion? Across the world and even here at home, we have witnessed faith being twisted and used as a weapon. It has been turned into a tool for control, exploitation, and destruction. The very thing meant to bring life and healing has, in the wrong hands, brought suffering and death. This story is not about faith itself, but about what happens when it is manipulated, when devotion becomes blind. All around us, people gather to pray in villages, towns, and cities. They lift their voices in song and worship. They come together in search of comfort, answers, and peace. For many, religion becomes a shelter in times of trouble, a place to find strength when life feels heavy. And it is in these moments of need that the seeds of deception are often planted. A voice rises among the crowd, confident, powerful, convincing. It promises miracles, wealth, healing, and protection. It speaks with authority, claiming to carry messages straight from heaven. People listen because the promise of hope feels real. It feels close. And in a world full of pain and uncertainty, hope is sometimes easier to believe than truth. But not every voice that speaks of God speaks truth. Some see religion as a stage, a business, or a means to power. They perform miracles that cannot be proven. They speak words meant to inspire awe and fear at the same time. And slowly they gather followers, people who are desperate, people who trust easily, people who believe that questioning a man of God is the same as questioning God himself. These leaders start by demanding loyalty, then they ask for money. Eventually, they demand obedience. Step by step, their followers stop thinking for themselves. They stop asking questions. They trust completely, not realizing they are being led down a dark path. In 2023, Kenya woke up to one of the darkest chapters in its history. Deep in the Shakahola forest, hundreds of lives were lost. Men, women, and children, all in the name of faith. They had followed a man who told them that death was the key to salvation. They sold their homes and left their families behind, walking into the forest to prepare for what they believed was the end of the world. They starved themselves to death, convinced they were obeying God's will. It was not faith, it was manipulation, it was blind devotion. It is important to remember that religion itself is not the enemy. Faith, when practiced with understanding, is a beautiful thing. It heals, it unites, it gives purpose, but it must be guided by truth, compassion, and accountability. We must learn to ask questions, to speak up when leaders abuse their influence, and to protect those who are too trusting or too desperate to see the danger. When we remain silent, darkness grows. When we choose awareness, light begins to return. True faith encourages thinking, not blind obedience. It respects life and promotes peace. But when a leader demands total submission, when questioning becomes a sin, that is no longer faith. It is control dressed in the language of religion.